here's the part that I love about this, and I want this to be etched in your minds, Dolphin fans. I want you to think about this religiously because it is such sweet music to my ears. Okay? This is a deep draft in the first few picks. So, the fact that Joe Burrow had the year that he had is a blessing and sure, a little bit of a curse because maybe you wanted Joe Burrow and he looks pretty good, but he's going to go number one. The fact that Tua can ball, there's no doubt about that. He's got deadly accuracy. The fact that his hip has healed properly has upped his stock, right? And people are willing to take chances. I love it. I love it. Do you know why I love it, ladies and gentlemen? Because then that means that 3 position players are falling in the direction of the Dolphins. So now, let's do the math, right? Tua's gone, Joe Burrow's gone, and Chase Young is gone, right? Let's live in reality now. Let's not deal with the BS. So now those 3 players are off the board. That leaves 2 to get to Miami, or 1 and then Miami, right? And then that's where you say, well, Okuda's a hell of a player at corner. We can get Okuda. Yes, Bill, Isaiah Simmons.
That kid, man.
Ran a 4.39.
No, you know what? It doesn't really matter that. The multiple position playability of that kid.
That's 1. And 2, his coverage skills. Because remember, they cover skills.
He could cover the big tight end. He could cover the guy in the slot. It doesn't matter.
That's why he's very attractive at 5 to Miami. Now, linebackers are a dime a dozen. You can get linebackers all throughout the draft. And you can succeed with big-time linebackers later on. If you feel that way, that's fine. Now, I love saying that. But then when you look at that guy, it's like, well, wait a minute. Hold on a second, dude. Not all those guys play corner and can cover. Like, not every linebacker.
Go up top to safety even.
Yeah. He can do it all. And that's where this guy is freakish. But you've got him. You've got Okuda. You've got Tristan Wirfs. You've got Thomas from Georgia. So you could get a mammoth offensive lineman. Wirfs plays both right and left tackle. Brown also can play left tackle for you. Okuda is a shutdown corner that you can put opposite of X. Remember, you have the X situation off the field, and then he's also had his knee scoped a couple times. So do you say, well, you know what? We need to plan ahead, and let's go get ourselves a shutdown corner right now. So if something happens with X, we've got the guy to take over, and if nothing happens with X, all of a sudden we've got 2 shutdown corners. That's going to make our defense so much better. We could get another linebacker later on that can help us out in many ways too. Whatever. That's where I want you to look at the Dolphins draft as an extreme positive. You don't have to look at it as a negative. And maybe the price of poker to move up from 5 to 3 would be really expensive, whereas maybe you go from 18 to 13, 12 to get a Jordan Love, and you don't pay nearly as much. And you're giving up later picks instead of those early picks is what you're doing to go to 5 to 3, and Jordan Love isn't a sack of injuries. He's raw. He's got some stuff that you got to work with, but the upside is just as good as Tua almost. Maybe even better, actually, because athletically he's got more to offer than Tua. He's a better athlete overall than Tua. And Tua, with that hip injury, he wasn't a great athlete as it is. He had to have lost some athleticism with that hip injury. Has to.
Well, it certainly didn't improve.
Right. No, he's definitely, his flexibility ain't going to improve. But Simmons is a Butkus Award winner. Thomas and Wirfs are two monster tackles, franchise-type tackles that you can add on your team. Okuda's a nasty, nasty, nasty corner. I mean, come on, man. There's every reason to enjoy the hell out of this draft and not freak out about it. You're not going to solve every problem in one draft. Okay? And I know we want to solve the quarterback issue, but you don't want to force it with A.J. Feely. You don't want to force it with Dante Culpepper. And that's what they've done for many, many years. They have forced it and forced it and forced it. No, Jay Fiedler's the guy. No, Ryan Tannehill. No, he'll turn the corner this year. No, this year. No, this year. No, this year. You have forced it and forced it and forced it. Dan Marino fell to you. So why not handle the draft the right way? Why not handle the draft in a fashion that at least says, okay, let's take the best players available and let's set our team up. And I've told you this, that you're going to have options to get quarterbacks. Those aren't the only guys, and they're not the only guys that hit. Plenty of guys are starting quarterbacks, and they're taken after the top 5. We've had that conversation several times. Somebody's going to be a starting quarterback after the top 5. Anthony Gordon out of Washington State, Jordan Love, Nate Stanley. Somebody's going to turn into a quarterback.
Watson, Mahomes, post 5.
Right.
8, 10.
There's a ton of them. But what my point is, somebody in this class is going to become a quarterback later on. Maybe 2 guys. I don't know. Maybe those guys become the success stories and Tua stays injured and Joe Burrow was a flash in the pan and a one-year wonder. Don't know. None of us really know. But to force it, how's that worked out? How's it worked out to force the issue constantly? Take the quarterback that comes to you, that you like the most. That's all. Don't go crazy. It's not like by drafting Tua you've answered every question, because if he can't stay healthy, you're done. I know he can pass. I know he's got great anticipation skills. I know he can throw to spots. I've seen it. I'm super impressed with it, but I also know he can't stay healthy. So why are you going to give up a whole bunch of picks to move up for a guy that may not be reliable? Meanwhile, you can solve one of your tackle issues for the next 10 years. You can get a starting linebacker / safety cover extraordinaire. You can get a shutdown corner. There are things you can get at number 5 that immediately will make you better. Tua does. Even if Tua becomes a good quarterback and stays healthy, he doesn't make you better early on because he really is not going to play. So, like I told you guys, he may not even play much till the end of the year. And then you only get him in for a couple games. You won't even find out about Tua possibly till 2021. And then the 2021 draft has passed by. And what happens if Tua then, playing a full season in 2021, breaks down again? And now another draft has gone by.
Knowing what we know going in the injury situation, and then when you pointed out first, compounding the issue is you're not going to know about him for another year. Seriously, man, you're going to put the whole organization on hold regarding the quarterback position with this guy?
Right.
Seriously?
That doesn't make any sense.
When it's all stacked up on the scale, man, it ain't worth it, bro.
Nope.